Just been digging out the ground to a bit of level up this back post or beam support, whatever you want to call it. It's almost level. I'd give that a bit of a haircut over there and dig it down a bit. I think based on some comments I'm going to dig both ends of this down another inch or so, and then I'll set it in a bed of probably 1/4 inch bluestone metal. I don't know why they call it metal, but they do. Just crushed rock. Maybe 1/2 inch. I haven't made my mind up on that yet. The reason I prefer 1/4 inch is because if I have any left over, I can put it on the paths around the place, and it makes a reasonable sort of path material. Now, some of you may not know that I originally started digging another hole here, but I changed locations for various reasons. Probably the main one was I wanted to be closer to the shed. It's a pain in the ass walking over here all the time, getting set up. Alright, so it's got a lot of water in it. Yeah, you can see the water down there, sort of almost up to the clay. Well, it is on the, yeah, it is up to the clay on this low end. I'll show you that in a minute. But if the water sort of sits up around the soft clay, or the softer clay, it'll make the clay go all runny and it'll start subsiding. So that's what I've got to watch out for. So I will empty it out today. I'll bring the hose down and set up a siphon or something. It's about, this hole's about 7 feet deep, so that water's probably 3 to 4 feet deep. This is the low side of the hole. You can see the water's getting up to the softer part, and it is actually starting to subside over there. And there's tree roots down there, or roots as Jeff Williams calls them. So there you go, for the people who didn't know the history of my hole digging. This is the first one. It's been abandoned. I'm not too sure what to do with it, but at the moment I just leave it here and pump it out every now and then. I usually wait for the summertime to pump it out because the water is good for the garden, I suppose. Alright, I've got the hose filled up with water, with that nozzle turned off at the end. So pop that in there. Turn this on. Might take it out actually. So the weight of the water from that was in the hose will start the siphon, because this point here is lower than the top of the water in the hole. It's a fairly neat way of starting a siphon. Don't know if it'll change colour. It should do, because the water in there is not dirty, but it's certainly not clear. It's got a bit of a browny colour to it. There we go. I don't know if you noticed that, but it's sort of a bit of a brown tinge to the water. I wouldn't be drinking it unless I was desperate. I'll let that go for a while, and should drain it almost empty, depending on where the bottom of the hose is. You can see it's gone down a fair bit, 3 or 4 inches maybe, and you can see down there where it's one of the sort of cracks between the rocks. Had some clay in between it. It's sort of been washed out, it's fallen out. Alright, back again, probably been another hour or so. It's gone down another 4 inches or so. I'll go and check if it's still running. Hopefully it hasn't blocked up. But still going. Oh, it's gone down to where it's going to go down to. The end of the hose is out of the water. Yeah, so you can see a bit of it's caved in. There's a bit of dirt on the left there, below me. It's pretty good on that side though. A little bit from that corner has come out, but by and large it's pretty good. So the ground around here is fairly stable, just
The problem is when water gets up and water logs the clay, start to make the clay sort of run out.